Thank you very much. Good evening. When I was asked to speak tonight, we have had a little bit of trouble behind the scenes. Lovely Andy Stevenson over there, our fundraising manager, he said to me, Liam, I know what you're like. He said, if you come down there tonight offending people, upsetting people, and using inappropriate language, he said, our executive director, Rachel Bloom, will hold me personally responsible. She'll sack me and kick me out of the charity. So obviously, I've reviewed all my material for my speech tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, good evening and a very warm welcome to Andy Stevenson's Leaving Do. My wife Julie and I, we have two rules in life. One, we never go to bed on a row. That sometimes means we don't go to bed for 4 or 5 days. And two, we will never let Rett syndrome beat us. We always look for the positives in life, and we always try and find the humour wherever we can. God knows in Rett that can be very tough. But we do find, generally speaking, the medical profession do provide us with a few laughs. We recently attended a geneticist appointment at Guy's Hospital, and the geneticist was very concerned that Louise's head was large, and this could be a sign of a serious neurological problem. She then looked at me and then said, oh, it could just be hereditary. Thanks very much for your support on that one. And so she went on to measure the circumference of my head and said, oh, that explains it. Oh, how we laughed. I'm also reminded of a local hospital, a rather hapless junior doctor. Louise collapsed at her Saturday club, one Saturday, her beloved Saturday club, but she'd just been face painted as a tiger. She was rushed into Queen Elizabeth's, straight through casualty, straight into resus. This junior doctor appeared. He said, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. Is this her normal colouring? I've got to be honest, it didn't inspire confidence. No, sometimes he looks like a monkey, sometimes an elephant. Can you hop it and get someone who knows what they're talking about, please? The very first night, or the very first time Louise had seizures, as you all know, many of you people in this room, it was the most terrifying experience of our life. 3 o'clock in the morning, there was our beautiful 2-year-old baby having these terrible fits. We wrapped her in a blanket, jumped in the car to drive to our local hospital. But the thing was, I'd only literally just passed my driving test a week before. And the last thing the examiner said to me was, Mr. Smith, you've drove very well today, well done. If you drive like that every time you go on the road, you won't have any problems. So we jumped in the car, Julie was in the back with Louise, and I remembered this. So I went through my procedure, mirrors, seatbelt, gears, and it was this point Julie said, just bloody drive. And I have cleaned that up for the point for tonight. And we didn't go to bed for about 4 or 5 days. The thing I do for Reverse Rett, I'm a comedian. You might find that hard to believe tonight, but I'm actually a comedian. And we do fundraising comedy nights for Reverse Rett. And we go anywhere in the country, anywhere that will have us, we'll go and we'll do our comedy nights and raise as much as we can for Rett. But one that sticks in the memory, we recently did a gig at a notorious South London pub frequented by football fans and football hooligans. And the manager of this pub was without doubt the scariest person I've ever seen. He's the sort of man, if you came home and found him in bed with your wife, you'd tuck him in. And he had an even scarier dog with him. This thing was like one of those crossbreed dogs. It was like half Staff, half Millwall fan. Truly terrifying. But the weird thing was, the whole pub was full of terrifying looking people, and I'm sure some of you have come across this before. They were there thinking they were raising money for Tourette's. And not Rett's. So the manager went on the microphone and he said, come on, we need to raise some money. And so they thought it would be hilarious to have a sponsored swear. So they're all shouting and swearing but at the same time filling up bottles and buckets. And 15 minutes continuous swearing raised £1,200. I wasn't brave enough to tell them they got it wrong. So I just took the money and disappeared. When it comes to collecting money for our girls, I have no shame. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. I would just like to leave you on this note. We do these comedy nights, so wherever you are, if you can get an audience of friends and family, if you can provide the venue, I will provide the comedians and come along myself free of charge, and hopefully we'll have a great fundraising night for reverse Retts. As a parent, thank you for your time. God bless. Thank you.